Well, today we're going to make your guitar sound as big as Tatjana's eyes. Well, if you're playing guitar at home, which is maybe the case with this pandemic happening, you want to create maybe the best sound you can get. And for me, it's always great fun to play in stereo, at least when I'm at home. In a live situation, it's not the best idea, in my opinion, to play stereo. But at home, where you have total control about the distance to the two speakers you're listening to, then it's great fun, and you can create great effects with, for example, ping pong delays and modulation effects. And today I would like to show you one of my favorite tricks to create the biggest sound you can imagine, maybe, and yeah, by using a delay block. And as you can see here, I prepared the Edit with my AxeFx 3. I'm playing today with my Harley Benton Fusion HSH, everything stock, Roswell pickups, yeah, what is it? Ebony fretboard and yeah, locking tuners. And yeah, here you can see my signal chain. And well, for those of you who don't have the AxeFx, who are not familiar with this kind of shit, here is basically, in this lane, you have basically a mono signal as long as you don't use a stereo effect, or as long as you don't split the signal. And as you can see here, at this point, I'm splitting the signal so that it goes to this block and also to this block. What happens here is that it's basically copied here, the same signal. And yeah, if I would deactivate the delay here, and I would let's just reduce the time. So if I would reduce the time, you would hear basically the same signal at the left and the right side. The trick here is that I'm panning the signal here in the mixer block, this signal here on this lane, just straight to the right side. And here in the delay block, I'm panning it to the left side. So the signal here coming is going, or let's say from here, we do have two signals. So if you want, it's a stereo signal here, and one is coming from here, and the right side is coming from here. And of course, you have to connect the output, the stereo output of the AxeFx to two speakers. And what I'm doing here in the delay block is I'm just delaying the signal here. And as you can see, I'm setting the mix to 100%. That means basically that you're hearing only the delayed signal, not the original. And I'm setting the input gain to 100%. That means basically that everything that is coming is processed here. And also the level is at 0. That means that the output of this block is the same like here. So you have the same signal here, this line and here. Only this is delayed. And the delay time is something you can play around with. Currently I'm setting it to 20 milliseconds, as you can see here. And it creates a nice widening effect, if you will. So as you can hear, of course you can hear it only if you are listening in stereo. Yeah, but for example, if I would set it here to maybe 1 millisecond, it's basically not delayed. It's basically a mono signal you're hearing through 2 speakers. But if you set it to maybe 20 milliseconds, you have this huge ass guitar sound. And if you are playing around with this time setting here, maybe you can raise it a little bit more, maybe about 50 milliseconds. Creates a very wide effect. So in this case, to me, it sounds like 2 guitar players playing the same in a room, but they're not, they're a little bit far away from each other. I would personally set it around between 10 and 20 milliseconds in my situation here. Sometimes in another situation, the situation, I mean how far you're away from the speakers, I set it a little bit lower. But if you play around with these lower settings, like maybe 3-4 milliseconds, you can hear that it leads to maybe phasing issues sometimes. It's very long. That was not my goal now, but yeah. So that's 1 millisecond. Sounds a little bit phasy. 2 milliseconds. It's a little bit better, maybe 3. I don't know. I don't know if this sound translates well to in the video, but I'd recommend to play around with these settings, and you will hear, just by changing from 3 to 4 milliseconds, you will hear a drastic different effect. And yeah, as I said, in my situation, I'm setting it likely around maybe between 10 and 20 milliseconds when I'm playing. And yeah, I'm playing now through 2 Adams A7X studio monitors, which might be 1 meter away from my ear, each one. Yeah, so this is a nice stereo effect, in my opinion. And yeah, of course, what you can do then is you can add some other stereo effects here. For example, maybe let's put in a stereo delay. What I personally like to do is using maybe a ping pong delay with a ratio of well, 75%. Then it's creating a kind of a syncopated effect. And the tempo is maybe a little too low. Let's set it to 4. there you have it. So, well, I hope that helps you to get the wall of sound when you're playing at home, just by playing by yourself. And yeah, please post your comments below, subscribe to my channel, see you soon, bye.